We are back.
Player of the Year, Bri Ellis from Arkansas. And Bri, first and foremost, tell us what that was like, the moment that you found out you were the Player of the Year in really one of the toughest conferences in this country.
It was so awesome. Such a blessing, just an honor, really. And, happy to be here and do it for my school.
Coach said that when they got you, you were a program changer, that you have really become the heart and soul of this team. You transferred in. How have you become the person that people listen to because you're able to do it with your bat, but you're also able to do it as a really great teammate?
Definitely proving it on the field and in big situations doesn't hurt for your teammates. But I have a really loud personality, and my teammates, they love to follow me, and they love to, listen to what I have to say, because I hope I have some good things to say to them. But yeah, they're great, and I have a really great team to work with.
Loud personality, even louder bat. Is that fair to say? Because the bat has been super hot and super loud. One of the things that you said a couple of years ago that I remember is you didn't want to be an all or nothing hitter. It wasn't just like swing for the fences and not be complete. I think this is your most complete year of hitting. How do you see it, and how did you evolve into that type of a hitter?
So really just focusing on not necessarily wanting to get on every single at bat, but refusing to get out every time I step up to the plate. I go into the box with the confidence that I can't be beaten, and say I do get beaten in the times that I do. Everything is a learning experience for me, and I'm able to make adjustments, which is what makes me so hard to pitch against. And just confidence really has taken me to the next level, and belief from my coaches and help from my teammates make my job a lot easier. When they're always on base, it makes it easier to drive in runs.
You know what's so fun to watch about you? I mean, you are crushing the ball. I think they're going like 400 feet, something insane. You just had a couple of grand slams in the SEC tournament that were just absolutely epic. Very few of us will ever experience this. What is it like when you hear that ball come off your bat and you know it is a grand slam?
Oh, that was awesome. That moment was everything for me. And, it wasn't our best day at the plate hitting-wise, and I got one strike that entire day and that entire game, and I was just ready. I was ready for my opportunity, and I wanted to get the job done for my team. But listening to the sound of the ball off the bat is, it's the best thing ever for me as a power hitter. So yeah, I love that moment. I'll remember that for the rest of my life.
I think we all will. That was so epic. The thing you've had to learn, though, is how to be patient, because people have walked you a lot. That was the only swing you got the whole game, and then you made the most of it. How have you learned how to be balanced and patient at the plate, but when the moment is right, you're ready?
Yeah, sometimes it can kind of mess with you a little bit, and that's what the biggest learning experience of this season has been for me. Even though I have been walked a lot, it's just my ability to stay ready and stay present in the moment, and not let the other pitcher or the other coach get into my head. There have been a few times that an intentional walk has turned into a real at bat in the middle of my pitch sequence, and you just got to kind of figure it out. And so that's a huge thing, is you never really know what you're going to get, and sometimes you go up ready to hit, and sometimes it's like, okay, you're going to get walked in this situation. But just finding a way to stay present and wanting to hit in every single situation.
Oh, I love the attitude and the mindset of the flexibility and being able to be resilient and adjust. All right, last before I let you get out of here, it is Mother's Day, and you and I were talking about your mom has been keeping a spreadsheet of your games since you were 10 years old. I did go in and look through the spreadsheet. This is absolutely insane. Under 10, you hit a grand slam. She lists your strikeouts, what you've done, your accolades. What does it mean to you that your mom, Molly, has been there for you every step of the way, but literally has the most complete Excel document I've ever seen in my life? What do you have to say to Mom on Mother's Day?
She's so amazing. I love to say that, she's crazy, but the good kind of crazy. And she raised me with the mindset that, most successful people are crazy, and you have to have a little bit of crazy to be really great at what you do. So she really brings that crazy side out of me and my family, and to have someone keep up with me and support me the way he does it means so much to me. And to know that, she's always going to be there, and even when I can't see everything as a whole, and like I might be stuck in a low, she has literally has the entire picture in her hands with her, and she can be like, "No, Bree, you're doing amazing. Quit talking about to yourself like that. Like, I have all of your home runs you ever hit right here, and you can go through them if you want to." Like, she's so great, and it's so amazing to have.
Oh my gosh, just a mom that makes us all proud to be mothers out there. Congratulations. Bree, what a great year you've had, and this is only the beginning. Have an incredible postseason, and thanks for joining us today, and give your mom a great big hug for all of us moms out there.
Yes, ma'am, will do. Thank you.
The Gold Glove winner from last season, Kendra Falvey.
If it stays in the park, it's probably going to find its way to Kendra's glove.
Is this another one? Katie Simmons, robbed by Kendra Falvey. Because you gotta watch it. Because you gotta love it. Because you gotta watch it. Because you gotta watch it.
Nobody patrols center field better than Kendra Falvey. She goes all out, covers ground so well. What can't she do?
All the rob jobs of Kendra Falvey. That's what her name used to be. Now it's Kendra Walby. And there is a look at the Florida Gators. They'll open up Friday afternoon against Mercer. If they get through their regional, possible rematch with Duke, a team they split with during the regular season. But I know Kendra Falvey's one of our X Factors, Jess.
Well, I mean, just outfielders in general. I mean, I have never seen such great athleticism in the outfield. And yes, Kendra Falvey's robbing home runs, doing all kinds of stuff, but we're seeing it across the country, you guys. And it's so consistent. It used to be throw hitters in left and right field, and we'll try to hide them. That ain't the case anymore. You are absolutely, and we're talking diving plays, reads. It is one of the most exciting X factors that can take away those extra base hits for the pitchers.
Okay, my X factor is base running. There are a lot of teams that have great base running, put more emphasis on all of these things, Jess, defense and just all the little parts of the game. I feel like that we're now able to dive into and go deeper into. But Texas A&M and their base running, they watch film on base running. They practice it every day at practice, always looking to take an extra base. And as much power that they have in their offensive lineup, they have just as much speed too, where they're constantly taking extra bases. Coco Woolley is a huge part of not only their defense at shortstop, at the top of their order, being able to use her speed to lay down bunts and turn doubles into triples, singles into doubles. And it's these slide bys like that that make her so good, where she will go to the very back of the plate. Coco Woolley is not the only one on that team that will do that. They're so athletic and just make things happen and cause chaos on the base pass and score runs in different ways.
Yeah, my X factor are going to be catchers, because I think it's going to be really, really important in this postseason to limit the free passes, and not just the hit by pitches and the base on balls. It's the wild pitches, right, and the pass balls that give up an additional 60 feet. And so when you have really good gloves behind the dish, it makes a massive difference for your pitchers, but it also just changes the complexity of the game. You look at someone like Jocelyn Erickson. She's left-handed, non-traditional, but boy, she's got a great kickoff move to first base. Bella Emmerling for Oklahoma, great ability to steal pitches as well. So the catchers, in my opinion, are X factor. We're going to see some great ones.
We've talked a lot about superstars tonight. This is also where you do make a name for yourself. In the NCAA tournament, the World Series, some freshmen, Alex DeBoer, Taylor Shoemaker, Tori Edwards, Riley McCoy, Audrey Vandegrift. An opportunity is knocking, and they have a chance to make a name for themselves in this postseason. But we wanted to get Jess and the Audis a little more low. I think we put a tracker on Kendra Walby to see what kind of ground she covers out there in center field for the Gators.
I mean, just look at where she starts and where she ends up. So it's about the first step, her read, her understanding, and you look at the feet cover and then the timing. To be able to go over the wall, yes, that is difficult, but really it's point A to point B. The fact that where she begins, I love that Falvey starts shallow. Look how shallow she is. You know why? Girl can get back. She can go back. Trust that if a pitcher gives up a big hit, she can go back and get it. She always wants to play in so she can throw out a runner and not give up that cheap hit in front of her.
All right, so those are some of the X factors to look forward to in this NCAA tournament. And Holly Rowe now has another guest for us. The UConn Huskies are back in this postseason, Holly.
That's right. Did somebody say catchers? I decided I would bring you the best catcher.
We have a special guest from the UConn Huskies softball champion. See what her name is. Let's listen in.
So great to talk to you. And you guys are coming off such
on
a high.
ESPN2.
Tournament champions for the first time in school history. Tell me what it took for you to get that big win and to get that automatic berth.
Yeah, it means so much. This is the 50th year of UConn softball.
Her name
and
is
to be able to
Grace
the trophy to
Jenkins,
is absolutely incredible.
UConn
It
catcher.
took 5%
Let's listen
more
in
this
to what she
season,
has to say
to do what we
on
wanted to
7
do,
innings
bring
live
that,
on
championship
7
to the
innings
sport.
live
And we
/
really put in the
special.
hard work in the off season and was able to do that this year.
Okay, so when UConn women's basketball wins a national championship, they get this huge parade. Can we do like a baby mini parade for you guys? I think you've earned it. 50 years of softball, and you did something today that has never been done before. That's pretty cool.
Yes, it's awesome. I think at UConn we breed championships. You have women's basketball that won the national championship this year. The men's basketball team has been amazing. Women's field hockey, women's soccer, baseball. I mean, I can keep going on and on. In the Big East, UConn rules, and it's amazing to be surrounded by student athletes that just want to win championships.
She's the
Okay, so you guys get
Big
to go
East
on the
Player of the
road
Year.
to
Wow.
LSU. Now, you are a catcher. I did notice that one of the teams in your region leads the country in stolen bases. 194 stolen bases for Southeastern Louisiana. If you guys end up matching up, what is the key to a successful throwdown and being behind the dish and really controlling people when they want to run on you?
Yeah, I think a couple things. Number one, just landing on my dugout. We really emphasize being loud there. So trusting that they're keeping their eyes on the runner. And then also trusting my instinct, trusting my own eyes at the end of the day. If I can trust myself to throw out the runner, I think that's going to be the biggest success to throwing out all those speedy runners.
Well, congratulations to you, Coach Valentino. And please give G. Juarez, who is there on your staff, a big love for all of us. We've covered her for a long time when she played for Oklahoma and won a national championship. Thank you, Grace.
That was by Grace Jenkins, who was interviewed.
UConn will be taking on Nebraska to start things
Now,
off.
on Friday,
Baton Rouge on Friday
Tennessee will take on Miami at 1:30 p.m. on SEC Network. North Carolina will take on Ohio State on ESPNU. And Nebraska will take on UConn this Friday at 3 p.m. on ESPN Plus. And LSU will take on the Southeastern Louisiana at 5:30 p.m. on SEC Network. And up next is the bracket predictions. Let's see who's going to make the championship, like the national championship. That is coming our way next when we return after these messages. But this is presented by Capital One.
What's in your wallet?
So yeah, we'll be right back.